Hey guys, Block Ops, Rolf Sluice here, and I'm going to give you a tour of the build out that we've done in this building. And when I say we've got two partners that we bought the building with, so we could do our first phase of the build out, which is for about 900 miners. And I'm going to take you through from start to finish so it can give you some ideas on what to do from a build out side of things. For 900 miners, I'm talking about ASIC miners that have about 200 cubic feet per minute. I got to start a voiceover here. It's just getting too loud. So my lips might not sync up with what's on the screen, but your ears will be saved. Here we've got a transformer that's 1500 kVA at 208 volts, three-phase. Probably next time we do this, we would do a 2000 kVA transformer. It's going to 4 1200 amp panels, and you'll see those inside. The service disconnect is here on the outside. You'll see we cut holes in the wall, and we have vent and filter combination so that we can bring in 180,000 cubic feet per minute of air, and the vents are there so it doesn't entrain water, and the filters are inside to cut down on the dust. I'm going to continue the voiceover because as this video continues, it only gets louder. So we're going to go back inside, and this is a build out that was done per code. So all electrical, machinery, mechanical, and everything else was done and permitted. You can see inside that we built a wooden room out of fireproof wood to channel the air from the intake to the exhaust. I'll take you through the whole tour, and you'll see where the air flows, where the electricity flows, and everything else. Now you can see over on the side here we have 4 1200 amp panels. They look a little bit different. Not really sure why Siemens delivered different panels, but sometimes that happens, I guess. Each 1200 amp panel has a service disconnect that goes outside, and it can trip everything all at once in case there's a fire. Then since it's three-phase, the rotating machinery goes directly off these three-phase panels, and they also feed 400 amp sub-panels where we peel individual phases off. You'll see inside that there's a number of 30 amp, 208 volt receptacles that we plug PDUs into and then plug miners into. So let's go into this first door here where you'll see the air intake and mixing room. So the air comes in from the outside, you saw the outside, and it goes through these vents and then filters. The filters are removable and can be washed and cleaned. They're made out of stainless steel. We have 4 of these fans, direct drive fans, that are 40,000 cubic feet per minute each, and I guess that adds up to 160,000 cubic feet per minute. So air comes in through the vents and filters, then goes into the mixing room, and then goes out through those 4 fans into the cold aisles. So we have 2 cold aisles, and it's a little bit windy here. And from here in the cold aisle, you see that we have sub-panels, and the fans just continue to blow. So this, with both intake and exhaust fans, we have static pressure on the room. Now these panels here are the sub-panels that go to the individual 30 amp connections, and you can see that if a breaker trips, we can come here and reset it, but then we also need to go reduce the load. Up top here, we have the 30 amp receptacles. These are L630R receptacles, standard, that go to PDUs. We like the flexibility of the receptacle and PDU combination. We found some good basic PDUs that have 8 connections and 2 breakers. And each of these miners we have a shelf for power supplies, and we have a shelf for the miners. Newer miners don't necessarily need those, and we could probably put them a little closer together, but we did a pretty good design here, and we're not getting reverse airflow. So you can see each side has 5 panels, and each side has I believe it's 90 of the 30 amp receptacles. We can add more if we need to. We have additional space on the panels. But since this is sized for a combination of electricity, heat, and cooling, I expect once we fill this up that we're going to then do other build outs in order to be able to add more miners. So let's take you around for the full tour here, and we'll take you into the middle, which is the hot aisles. And even though the doors, it's fairly static pressure, it's still hard to open the doors. And here inside the hot aisle, we have 4 exhaust fans for a combination of 160,000 cubic feet per minute. So we have 8 fans altogether. You can see the exhaust of the miners are here. And you can also see where we've put in some HVAC sheeting to prevent hot air recirculation to the intake of the miners. These are expansion areas that we're going to continue to add miners to as we fill the space out. But you can see it's already pretty full. So good build out here. Now let's walk to finish the tour. I'll take you down this cold aisle and out one of these other doors so you can see what things look like on the outside. Now again, this is all fireproof wood. We've got motor controllers for the fan motors, and these are set up so that if power goes off and comes back on, that the fans will come back on as well. That's an important tip there. So you can see that this was just a roll-up garage and that we've got it pinned open. We've got 4 exhausts, and this is pretty secure here. Of course, we have cameras and alarm systems and everything else like that. So just a basic warehouse. We created a flow-through design and find that this works really well. And over here, I've got the flow-through container that I'll cover in a future tour. So appreciate you following along with the design of the different mining facilities that we're putting together. And if you do have questions, please reach out and ask questions with my partners who are both experienced miners. We're establishing a mining consulting operation and look forward to talking to you.